Hello everyone, hello, Roberto here for another video review. It's a Terry's Chocolate Orange Segsations. Basically, it's the top 4 chocolate selections in the UK, which is Quality Street Roses from Cadbury, and it's also the Celebrations and also Cadbury's Heroes as well. But I count these as basically being the sort of like the young pretender into those, I guess you might say. I don't know if they're much younger than the others, at least the Celebrations and Heroes, but nonetheless. But yeah, but this one's very much, I wouldn't say it's a one-trick pony, but clearly chocolate orange focused. But it's always been, such a good one because there's not really any weak ones in this. But now there's a big but in here, for want of a better phrase. But the thing is, there's only 4 in here now, 4 different types. There used to be a white chocolate one last year, and before that, the white chocolate one replaced the crispy one. Now, it just happened because I've been meaning to review this for a long time. I just happened to have one from a couple of years back. You can see this wasn't a package one, a pouch one, but the pouches did exist at the time. But you can see here, there's a light blue one there, which is the crispy one, and the actual exploding candy one was the yellow one, and I've made it pink. I don't think it actually says what the different types are here, actually, but there you go, there you are. Yeah, so it does say, because it's out of date, so apologies for that, but there we go, that's the way it goes. But there you are, so exploding candy, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, milk crunchy, toffee crunch, and that's it. Yeah, but the milk crunchy disappeared and that was replaced with the white chocolate one. And I do actually happen to have the one with the white chocolate one, which is here, because this was still in date, this one. I think it has the date on the back. I was going to review it at some point, but just never got round to it. But there we go. See, 51 approx it says in there. It says with white chocolate. So the white chocolate will replace the milk crunchy one. You see the exploding candy one there is yellow. There you go, white chocolate. So 5 different kinds, which I think is acceptable, which is fine. There we are. But now this one, as I say, this has 4 in it. So, they've not brought back in the, as I say, the milk crunchy one. So why have they not done that? Which is a real shame, isn't it? It's just really disappointing that. It's nice. It's basically the milk crunchy one with sort of, Rice Krispie pieces in there, basically. So now you've just got the toffee one, exploding candy one, toffee crunch. I think that still has, I think it's all orange flavoured milk chocolates, I think, all of them. Dark chocolate. No, I don't know, maybe the dark chocolate one isn't. We'll find out. The milk chocolate there as well. But the other thing, not only that, now obviously these might come in different sizes. I mean, obviously this one's a smaller box than these ones, but I think generally this is the one size that they do for the pouches, so what have you. So So anyway, yeah, so I got this one. There's not seem to be any other sizes. They've always just done the one size pouch. I don't believe they do any others. Now it's 300 grams. 300 grams. Okay, you can see there. 300 grams. I had to zoom in a bit because it wasn't focusing. 300 grams. 300 grams. But yes, but this one here. This pouch one from last year, 360 grams. What this one? So they've reduced it by a sixth essentially. And you notice what they don't say on here in there. They said like a 51 approx in there. They might say it's all in the small print, but they don't say it's anywhere prominent on this one, do they? So you can't easily see. So clearly they knew there might be some overlap maybe because these ones are still in date. As I say, 28 for the 12th. There's a chance that these could still be on sale somewhere. So they've clearly tried to be very careful. But yeah, it's actually small. You can see them looking at a distance. It is a smaller pack as well. But looking at it on the shelf, you would not notice really. I don't think that there's been a difference. This one's got the hanger in. But even though they still could have made it the same size, just made it small because as you actually know with these things, they're never full to the top anyway. They could literally be the same size. Just want something like a carrier bag handle thing for some reason. But yeah, so I don't think it's beyond reason that this one, as I say, last year just wouldn't include that hanger, and it would basically be the same size product as this one. I think you can see that as well. Yeah, so I've taken the hanger off. It's actually smaller without the hanger, so it's never going to contain anything. You know what I mean? So yeah, so clearly, it's just a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. They've literally reduced it, and there's a law for this as well. I was reading, watching a YouTube video about it the other day. Basically, where you just don't notice things change in size that particularly, and you wouldn't really, they do it. You notice a big difference. I mean, it's just sort of smaller things, and there's 10 grams off or something. You just don't notice it. And they mathematically work out the marketing department, so how much they can get away with shrinkaging and things like this. So without you noticing it, and you're less bothered as well. When something's big, the difference in price, if the bigger the difference, you're not as bothered about, so because the price is large anyway, stuff like that. But long story short is, yeah, it's ridiculous. They've reduced it by a sixth. And it's just madness. That really, real madness. So very not impressive. Not only have they reduced the number of chocolates in it, as in the number of types, and obviously the number of chocolates as well, because of the fact that it's lighter. But but they've reduced the size. Reduced the actual weightage of the whole thing. So it's a real joke that I'll say you wouldn't really notice. And this one's got that carry handle thing at the top, which isn't necessary. And if that wasn't there, I think you'd probably find that they were actually pretty much the same size pack. In fact, you can actually see that the tear to open notch looks to be higher up on the newer one than the older one. It does imply that the new one actually has space for more stuff in, because the tear here to open is always going to be above where the chocolates are, but it's higher on the older ones. So really, yeah, just really disappointing that. So that's one of my favourite, almost instant recommend chocolate selections has been thrown into doubt by the fact that they're just ripping us off, it seems. We know it happens, but it's so blatant in this case. It's just really disappointing. The fact they've just reduced the number of types of chocolate as well, which is possibly a way to get around the fact that they've reduced as well, because they basically can keep the amount of these the same as you previously got, because there's one fewer type of chocolate in there. So if you had 7 of of each of these previously, they could still give you 7 of each, because there's one fewer type in there. So really disappointing. So let's have a look on the back then and see what it says. There are assortments of chocolates: milk chocolate flavour with real orange oil, milk chocolate flavour with real orange oil with crunchy toffee flavour, caramel pieces 6%. Milk chocolate flavoured with real orange oil and popping candy 4%, and dark chocolate flavoured with real orange oil. So they're all orange flavoured. I was wondering whether they were or not before, but they obviously are. May contain nuts and wheat. Alright. Suit for vegetarians. I can't. Got palm fat in there. I can't say anything about not being super vegetarians. But let me know if you can spot anything. Alright, so I think you probably are super vegetarians. Can't see anything that suggests otherwise. 400 grams, 590 calories, 28 grams of fat, 17 of which are saturates. Per 4 pieces, 28.4 grams, 147 calories, 8 grams of fat, 4.9 of which are saturates. So let's just have a look at the old one here. Is that the same? I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? But if you say per 1 piece, 7 grams. So per 1 piece, I gave you per 1 there, 728. So I think we can assume they're the same weightage. One is 7.1 grams, so they're the same weight basically. 200 grams, 524 calories. Yeah, so it's obviously different because the white chocolate ones has changed the proportions there, but the weight of them seems to be the same. Alright, there we go. Well, maybe we can see on this one, on this very old one, see what this one like, whether they were heavier in this time. Per 1 piece, so they're actually bigger in the new ones. 6.9 grams in this one, at least on average anyway. Maybe because of the Rice Krispie one, it actually made them a bit lighter, because obviously that's full of air. So maybe we can give them that. They would really average out the same weight. Oh yes, it does say suits vegetarians down there at the bottom. There, I missed it. Recycle at store, don't recycle at home, but you can in Republic of Ireland. So why you can't in UK, I don't know. This one I've seen products that are available in Republic of Ireland. They've said that you can recycle them at home, but in the UK they said you can't on the same packaging. So there we go. But alright, let's move stuff down, give them open so like an inside. So let's do just that. Right, it's going okay. Can't quite fit these in. We're going to use Terry's Chocolate Orange Segsations and open, and why not? So yeah, let's do just that. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you've not done so already. It's all right, link to playlist of all the other reviews. You see, let's on these, I think. You see all there, really up to half the packaging. Bit of an orange smell coming from them though. Yeah, if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you've not done so already. It's all right, link to playlist of all my reviews, plus some related ones, such as other Terry's reviews, Terry's Chocolate Orange reviews. Anything else I can think of, basically. If you'd like to subscribe and watch this video, go check this out. Hope you enjoy this too. Now, immediately, what's going on here? Just noticed. Well, I can see why they probably would repackage it pink, but it's not actually pink. Look at this. I mean, that's cheap, isn't it? I'm not opening the wrong one. You can see this one's still sealed. Of course, it would have the white chocolate ones in anyway. But yeah, they've not actually changed them to pink. I mean, that's ridiculous. So that's cheap as well, isn't it? I mean, I was just thinking, well, the pink at least looks nice, and when I opened them, I thought, well, these are very similar. But then I've just realised that they've not changed the colouring on them. I mean, I must admit, actually, I can see why they would change the colouring now. But I'm sure they didn't used to look a bit less similar than this, but maybe they did. Yeah, wow. So, goodness me, that's a bit poor, isn't it? Well, let's see what the proportions are like. That's the other thing, isn't it? So we've got. Seems to be not as many dark chocolates, that's for sure. There's been loads of the toffee and popping candy ones. Goodness me. Well, how do I even do this? But yeah, you can see. Goodness me, this is really badly proportioned, isn't it? You can see straight away. Okay, well, I was going to move the plate to do, but I'll try and let's see. I'll do them individually, I think. That's the best way to do it. So, okay, I'll have to kind of try not to do any trickery or anything with the camera. Of course, I had to move the plate a bit there, so hopefully you could see the difference if you individually count them. I've not moved any or anything like that. No to worry about it. Okay, right, so popping candy ones. Is there any more? Don't think there is. So popping candy. So there's 14 popping candy ones. Put the toffee ones on top of them. How about that? Might be the best way to do it. So 14 popping candies. Toffee ones. Quite similar. So 10, so there's 11 popping candy ones. Okay, yeah, we can probably do the milk ones on here. So there's 10 of those, and the dark chocolate ones. The distribution's terrible, isn't it? So what do we have? 14 popping candy ones, 11 toffee ones, Toffee Crunch. And then we have 10 milk chocolate ones, and then we've got 7 dark chocolate ones. So it's just really poor. So it's half, so 7, you know, it's half the amount of popping, it's half our exploding candy, it's called popping candy ones. Just ridiculous, isn't it, that? It's ridiculous. Alright, because if you like the dark chocolate ones, you know, it's just, you know, you're just meant to have an equal assortment, really, aren't you? So you can, you know, it's just really poor. Alright, let's move all the rest away. Just concentrate on the ones we need. Pretty awful, just awful distribution there. Alright, so let's give them a bit of an open then. Alright, there's a toffee one. We'll put the so make it the other way around so you can see it better. Toffee there. They probably all look quite similar, really. So the dark one will be dark chocolate though. There's exploding candy one. You can see the segments of Terry's chocolate orange, but they're actually different as well because these aren't, because of smaller segments. The actual Terry's chocolate orange has a sort of, has a concave look to it. So unlike these ones where there's flat, there's giggles on it. I'll come to that in a minute. You can see it's sort of flat, a flat segment. The actual Terry's chocolate orange, now to save, you know, money and give you less chocolate, these bits are actually concave as well. So you have a lip on this side here, whereas these ones don't. So they're not actually segments of the actual Terry's chocolate orange. Alright, that's the regular one there, the classic. Okay, so they're all roughly the same size, I think. I don't think there's any difference in size. You can see here it says giggles on it. It's got toffee crunchy pieces in, didn't it say? Toffee flavour caramel pieces, yeah. It's got popping candy. Obviously darker milk chocolate, so it's got toffee crunchy bits and it's got popping candy bits. It says on there, cheeky. Right. So what does this one say? You're an angel, it says. Okay. This one, what does this one say? Melt me, it says. Okay, so some dodginess going on there. So there we are. So let's give a bit of a measure then. I'm assuming they're all the same. But we'll have a look. For the width, not going to be perfect this, but 4.5. Yeah, I can even measure the height, so we'll do it at the top and the bottom maybe. Okay, 11.5 almost. At the bottom, 3 millimeters. Difficult one, that. Just measure this popping, this toffee one. The width. 4.4. So what was the width of this one? 4.5. So roughly the same, I think. As I say, but yeah, we'll put them all in a bit of a thing here. There we go. You couldn't really make an orange out of them. You see there'd be a centre, quite a big hole in the centre, I think. Not more like a donut. There we go. Alright, yeah, there we go. I'm not sure which one's which now, unfortunately. But we'll find out when I eat them, I'm sure. But yeah, there we go. Alright, let's lift myself up, give them a taste, see if we can guess which ones are what. I'm sure I can. Alright, let's lift myself up, give them a go. Right, it's going okay. We're going to give these Terry's Chocolate Orange Segsations a taste. Very, very problematic product, this one. Was one of my favourites. Well, it's technically one of my favourite chocolate selections. But there's one fewer than there used to be. There was the white chocolate one last year, and before that there was the, was it Choco Crunch or something that's called? What's it called? Milk Crunchy one. You can see here, Milk Crunchy there in the middle. 5 different kinds explicitly there. let's say last year. We had the white chocolate one as well last year. And also last year, 360 gram pack. But this year, 300 grams. And it's not really like it's, you know, massively, obviously smaller. It just doesn't have that grab handle at the top. But you can see the actual rip part is actually higher up on the pack than it was last year. You can kind of see that. Yeah, you can there. Little notch where it's a tear to open. So it does imply that there's actually, you know, it does imply that there's more in the in this one than that one, because obviously notched up here. So it just basically looks like it's the same. It's basically the same size bag really, but they've just reduced it by a sixth or whatever, you know, 60 grams. You know, so ridiculous that. But alright, let's give them a bit of a go. I'm not sure which is what here. I think this is the regular milk chocolate one because it says melt me on it. So I wonder if all the milk chocolate ones say melt me on, so you can always tell the difference. Let's have a look. I'll just open one of the regular milk chocolate ones. Is it just random? And it says something else. Your fab, it says. Okay, so they all say something different. I thought maybe it was a good way of knowing which ones are what. But all right, melt me. Let's give that a go. I'm sure this is the milk chocolate one. Let's give it a taste. I mean, toast chocolate one's very nice. Yeah, lovely milk chocolate. Just obviously flavoured with orange. Nice, it's lovely. Yeah, I think for me that one, what can I say, you know, give an individual rating, why not? I think it's probably, I say lovely orange flavour. It's quite subtle, doesn't taste too fake or anything. It says orange oil. I don't know if, I'm sure there's some orange flavouring going on in there, but it is nice. I think it's a good 4.5. I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to give it about 4.5 out of 5. It's very nice. It is very nice, has to be said. It really is. So, yeah, lovely indeed. Right, let's try the dark chocolate one. You're an angel, it says. Let's give that a go. Orange is quite subtle, really. I'm not sure what the cocoa sauce percentage is for dark chocolate. I think I mentioned it before. Milk chocolate milk sauce 14% minimum. Which contains vegetable fats in addition to cocoa butter. Dark chocolate cocoa sauce 43% minimum. So it tastes about right. That it tastes. I like dark chocolate to be like 40 to 50%, or sometimes 30 odd. It's not bad either. You know, it tastes quite similar to me. Just strong enough to be nice and rich enough, but not too dry. I don't really taste much of an orange flavour from it though, to be honest with you. Could be there, but I think the dark chocolate really overpowers it, so it's quite a bit too subtle, the orange flavour. So it's mainly just dark chocolate, that, to be honest with you, but it's a nice one. So I think for me it's a 3.5 or 4. Probably I'm going to give it the benefit, I'd say a 4 out of 5. It's a nice dark chocolate, that. It's nice. I'm sure there's probably a slight tint of orange there, but I couldn't really taste it particularly myself. Do the toffee one first, because popping can just stick in my mouth for a while, won't it? So give this one a go. It is the toffee one. More like a toffee flavour, of course. I did do an individual with Terry's chocolate orange last year. That was a whole Toffee Crunch one. Not bad, that one. A bit disappointing the others though. It's got a bit of a crunch in there. I prefer if it was just the milk crunchy one they did. Toffee one's okay. Toffee flavour just gives it a bit of something, but nothing too dramatic. I mean, it's alright though. I feel like last year when I reviewed the individual Terry's milk chocolate orange, it was the Toffee Crunchy one. No, Toffee Crunch one. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good actually, but I don't know the individual ones. I'm not sure. So they're okay though. And the toffee flavour is quite subtle. Gives you a nice bit of crunch. So it's 3.5 or 4. I think I'm going to say 3.5 out of 5. I feel like the dark chocolate one's more distinct. You know, it is what it is, and it's a nice dark chocolate flavour. This one, I don't know. It's just all right. You know, I say if it's maybe being a bit harsh there, but it's probably more. It's definitely more towards a 4 than the 3. That's for sure. So probably a 3.75 maybe, but I just feel like it's a bit. The toffee and the orange are kind of getting in the way of each other, I think, really. But it's nice. Maybe, as I say, when I reviewed the whole orange as a whole, I might have given it more. But so it's hard to say, really. But individually like this, I don't know. I'm not as massively convinced, really. But yeah, so there we go. All right, so the exploding candy one next. Let's see. This one traditionally has always been the least favourite of mine because it's just been a bit sweet, actually. Let's see. Yeah. You can have one of them. But when you have 2 or maybe 3 of them, whether you're meant to do that, of course, but they get a bit sweet, and it's definitely more milky and creamy than the other ones. I don't know why that is. Comes across that way anyway. It's got popping candy. Popping candy is, you know, always a bit of a treat, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just interesting, good fun for kids, and I like it as well. But it's just the milk chocolate itself. I don't know why it comes across as a bit sweeter. I don't like it, and I'm not as keen on that. It makes it a bit more, I don't know, a bit more difficult to eat more of them. Basically, it just seems to get a bit. I don't know. It just starts to be a bit too sweet when you have more of them. You can pinch other ones, and I think this one's kind of like, I don't know. It just feels like it's not quite as inviting to get you to pick another one. Basically, that's what it's been found in the past, and it kind of, I feel a bit like it continues here. It's just a bit too creamy. It seems that way anyway, a bit too sweet. So, for me, it's a 3.5 out of 5 again. So yeah, so it's definitely, you know, I think the toffee one's probably a bit better, but it's not quite a stronger flavour really. This one perhaps does have a bit of the orangey flavour. I don't know, but popping candy is quite good fun. I don't know, for some reason those two just not as exciting as the other ones basically. But overall, the set's quite good, but I do feel like it just needs a 5th one to give you a bit more interest. You know, it really does. And even the fact that I know it's not there, a 5th one's not there that should be, it's just really disappointing, to be honest with you. You know, I know there should be another flavour there. And the distribution is really poor as well. The fact you have double the Toffee Crunch as opposed to the dark chocolate one. Obviously, if you really like the dark chocolate one, you know, you have 2 or 3 of them, and they're pretty much with half gone, you know. And let's say the toffee one and the exploding candy one, if you're not that bigger, you're not bothered about those 2 as much as the others. You know, there's just far more of them than the others. And let's say the milk and dark chocolate ones, and the 2 I prefer the most out of those other 2, to be honest with you. So, you know, yeah, it's really disappointing that. And I feel like that was the case when I had them last as well. There was far too much of the popping candy ones and the toffee crunch ones. I feel like it's quite consistently like that. That's when I get them in my own time, you know, not reviewing them. So overall, this one, and the fact that they've reduced it by 60 grams as well, from 360 grams to 300. You know, it's that 1/6. You know, you've lost a 1/6 of it. You know, it's just ridiculous, that, isn't it? You know, it really is ridiculous. Yeah, so it's really, really disappointing, you know, and the fact that they've not even gone to the bother of changing this to be pink like it is on the front. You know, they've really been lazy here. And it does look quite similar to this one when you pour them all out. So I can understand why they're doing it. It definitely makes sense. So they've never really considered it in the past. Although, you know, thinking about it now, it's pretty obvious that they are too similar. But they're just so lazy and so frustrating, yeah. So I think for me overall, it used to be definitely 4.5 out of 5, I think. But I think now the set, and the distribution is poor. You get so much fewer. I mean, it's difficult to know because obviously compared to other products like Quad Street and this and that, maybe you still get more, you know. But the fact I know it's a 6th less, and the fact there's only 4 of them now, yeah, it's just really frustrating. And I feel like there's too many. The toffee and exploding candy one, more than half, isn't it? Because I say those were, what was it, something like 11 and 14 or something, so 25 of them as opposed to, what was it, 10 and 17. So I feel like it was a lot more than that actually. But well, either way, anyway, the majority of them are the toffee and popping candy ones, and you know, it's just they're a bit too much in that favour really. You need like it does benefit from having a 5th flavour just to balance it out a bit more, to make it a bit more interesting. Because the other those 2 are quite sweet and a bit distinct, you know, and the other I don't know, you know, you kind of want to have the milk and dark chocolate ones act as a bit palate cleansers between them, you know what I mean? So, and of course, the fact that you've not got as many of those compared to the others as well, so it means you're stuck with the exploding candy ones or popping candy ones and the toffee ones for the most part. And you kind of need something else to stop that sweetness and yeah, especially on the popping candy one, exploding candy one, whatever it's called. So I think for me, these ones, I feel like it's a bit harsh to say 3.5 out of 5. I don't think it's that, but it's definitely gone from a 4.5 out of 5 to a 4 out of 5 product, and it's probably more towards a 3.5 out of 5, to be honest with you. You know, so yeah, quite disappointing that, and just what's happened. You know, how have they allowed it? Why have they not just put in the milk crunchy one back in if they're not going to do the white chocolate one? But again, you know, the white chocolate one was really good because it was a bag with milk, dark and white chocolate in, which is unusual these days. It's really good for that reason alone. Yeah, so a bit of a shame, to be honest with you. Definitely dropped the ball with this one. But alright guys, let me know what you think. Leave a comment or free. Always great to hear from you and always doing best to reply. And have a great day and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. See ya.